let's talk about tattoos. Tattoos, the great modern revolution, although they've been about for hundreds of years, thousands of years probably. You know, some of these ancient tribes, the Polynesians and what have you, I don't know how long they've been tattooing, but for a long, long time. I think even the ancient Egyptians tattooed, didn't they? Did they? So tattoos. When I was a kid, very few people had tattoos. My brother had an army tattoo from when he came out of the army. My dad was an old man, he didn't have any. Women didn't tend to tattoo at all. It was a very male-led thing. And I'm pretty well covered. I've got quite a few tattoos. Am I ashamed of them? Sometimes. Do I wish I hadn't had them? Yes. I'd like to have a clean, clear skin and not have tattoos, even though they are perfectly the norm these days. I'd just like to be unblemished. Although I'm covered in scars as well, but that's another story. So my tattoos, they come with a bit of a story. Everything with me comes with a story. I was courting my husband, my first husband. I don't think we were married. And he got a little bit, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And we were talking, he never had a tattoo. He was a biker, born and bred virtually. Heavy biker, part of the Hells Angels chapter, traveller, stock, but didn't have a single tattoo till the day he died. Excuse me. So we were talking one night and there was a woman on the telly with tattoos, and women. I came from a little town. We lived in a little town called Ulverston in Cumbria, and none of the women had tattoos. It just wasn't done. You know, you could count the number of women with tattoos on one hand in town. Quite an affluent little town, Ulverston. Which isn't to say that people who aren't affluent are the ones that have tattoos. Don't know where that came from. So, husband and I talking, and I said, I'm going to get a tattoo. You are not, over my dead body. So the next day we're out driving. I said, come on, tattooist in Barrow. He said, you won't do it. I will. You won't. I will. Stubborn as anything. So I went, and the first one I had was a really ugly, manly snake right down the top of my arm. And in those days, I am talking about 1991. No, I'm not. I'm talking about 1981. 1981. Tattooists, they didn't clean the needles. They used the same needles on about 10 people. And the dyes were carpet dye. The needles were this thick. They weren't tiny, delicate little point needles that you get these days. They were great big 5-gauge things or whatever. It was like being tattooed by a bulldozer and a jackhammer simultaneously. It was so painful in those days. So I'm winced my way through 4 or 5 hours of this tattoo. And when it was done, I breathed a great big sigh of relief, and my husband said, that hurt, didn't it? No. It did, it hurt. No. He said, I bet you regret it. I said, no, I don't. I said, I'll show you how much I regret it. I'll have another one. So I had a rose on my breast. That was the start. My son and I had mother and son tattoos when he was growing up, I think he was over 18, can't remember, he might have been younger. My granddaughter is a tattooist, she tattoos, and she's very into it. Me, I used to have 6 and now I've only got 4 because I combined, I've got quite a large back piece that combined 3 tattoos into one. So now I've only got 4, which is better than 6. Would I do it again? Nah, I'd rather not have them. I don't mind them. I still think they're very arty. I still think they're nice if they're well done. I don't like homegrown tattoos. I must admit, I don't like those. But professionally done tattoos, yeah, no problem with that. Just not for me, even though I've got 4 quite large ones. So I've had various cover-ups. I had that awful snake covered up with a rather fetching sunset dolphin scene. I had something here covered up with a pretty little fox. Can't even remember what I've got on me. Oh, my boob's my tribal one that I had done with my son, and I'm very into reptiles, so it's a plate with lizards climbing up it to sort of commemorate my book Lizard's Leap, which is a frame with lizards on it. So this is an Aztec platey type frame thing with lizards crawling up it. And then I've got my forest, which comes across my back and down one side, my Brazilian rainforest. And that was done predominantly, I had a snake on my shoulder that was incorporated into it, but it was predominantly done by my husband's cousin. And one day, about 2 years after he'd done it, I saw him in the pub, Big Joe he was called, lovely fella. And he said to me, he said, "You still wearing me curtains, Suze?" Excuse me. And this Brazilian rainforest has like a vine down the side with big purple flowers. He said, "The flowers in your tattoo came off my bedroom curtains." Nice little story. Nice chat. Tattoos. What do you think? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Would you ever have one? Have you got one? Did it hurt? Did you find it quite... I mean, these days they're nothing. They don't hurt at all. But in the old days, they were a bit nippy. It's a miracle we didn't get infections and God knows what else. Tattoos. Come and tell me what you think. Nice chat.